Hey tribe, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about how manifestation is always instant. And I've been hearing this buzzword, over and over and over again, how manifestation is instant. And even though people are teaching it the right way, they're only teaching it maybe 50% the right way. They're leaving out a huge step, and I want to share with you today. So in this video, we're going to talk about instant manifestation, but we're also going to talk about effortless manifestation. Okay, but what you have to understand is these two things go hand in hand. Okay, you can't do one without the other. Okay, so if you think instant manifestation is going to work for you, but you're not doing the other, it's not going to work. Now, a few things here before we get started. If you're new here, I'm Chad, by the way. Welcome to Live Life on Your Terms. It's in the morning. It's like 4 in the morning right now, crazy early. I got my coffee. And the second thing here is I'm going to try my best to stay on point and not get off on tangents because I want you to get results in this video. Now, the third thing here is you need to watch this video from beginning to end, but this video is going to change your flipping life. So let's dive into this. When we talk about instant manifestation here first, is what we have to understand is everything is instant in consciousness, okay? So a thought can be instant, okay? Now, when we talk about manifesting, okay, a desire, when you set an intention, when you set a want, what you have to understand is instant. Once you go inside your imagination, once you dwell in your imagination of that intention, of that want, of that desire, and consciousness, the manifestation is instant. It's already occurred, it's already happened. Okay, but in your 3D world, it hasn't occurred yet. Now, what ends up happening since manifestation is instant, which is lots of times called the bridge of incidence. Okay, now this is kind of a Neville Goddard term. He called it the bridge of incidence. Now, when we talk about the bridge of incidence here for a second, this is where some people teach it the wrong way. And maybe it's just my interpretation, because lots of times when people teach the bridge of incidence is they teach it only for the positive. But the bridge of incidence is also a negative in there too. It's positive and negative, or we can perceive it as a negative. So let me explain. So what the bridge of incidence is that since manifestation is always instant, okay, once I set an intention, okay, like I want my dream house, for example, or I want more money. Okay, once I set an intention, maybe I want to be a millionaire. And I see myself in my imagination. I see myself being the most successful version of me, living a millionaire lifestyle. Okay, the bridge of incidence is instant. So what it means is that sooner or later there's going to be a sequence of events that leads up to your intention, that leads up to you having your dream house, that leads up to you having more money, that leads up to you being a multimillionaire. That's why it's called the bridge of incidence. Okay, it's going to be like a sequence of events that you have to go through, but it's leading you straight to what you want. Okay. Now, like I told you, a lot of people teach it where your bridge of incidence is only positive. Like only positive things are happening to you. Okay. But when we bring in Neville Goddard again, because this is a Neville Goddard phrase, this is where people are getting it wrong a little bit. Okay. Listen, not only good things happen to you on your bridge of incidence, negative things happen to you as well. And Neville Goddard says this out of his own mouth if you actually listen to his live lectures. Okay, now listen, I'll give you an example. A bridge of incidence, let's say you set an intention of you wanting your dream job, okay? But right now, you hate your job. It's not your dream job, baby, okay? You've been there forever. That's the only job you've had. You never left, no matter how much you complain about it, you just never left, okay? Now, you set this intention, you get maybe you get into manifesting, instant manifestation, you get into Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Thomas Troward, whatever. You start influencing your subconscious mind. You start holding an attention that you want your dream career, your dream job. Okay. Once you set that, your bridge of incidents happens. Okay. But now what ends up happening is it's almost like your subconscious mind, the universe knows you're not going to quit your job, baby. You're not going to quit. So your bridge of incidents, you go to work one day and you get fired from your job. Okay. And what most people do is when they get fired from their job, they're just literally like, what? It's like, dude, I set my intention, I get fired from my job. How can manifestation be positive? How can this be for my benefit? Okay. But listen, guys, one, it's your perception. But two is you had to lose your job in order to move forward to get your dream career. You see what I'm saying? It had to happen to you because you're not going to move forward unless it happened, because you're not moving forward. That's also in your bridge of incidents. This is what people keep out. They only teach it as a positive, but that's not how Neville Goddard really taught it. He taught it as a positive sequence and a negative sequence, because certain things have to happen to you in order for you to move through the bridge of incidents to get to the other side. Okay. Now again, I'll give you many examples on this. This is also identity shifting. Okay. You're going from the old you, your old identity, to the most successful version of you. So guess what? Your bridge of incidents can literally be you flipping, just remaining in a fire, baby. Listen, like if I want to be a multi-millionaire, okay, guess what? That's not going to come to me. Like my identity needs to shift. I got to become the person. Okay. My self-concept needs to shift. So my bridge of incidents will put me in situations that I got to make harder decisions. I got to make better decisions. Okay. I have to have more confidence. Okay. It will put me in positions where I got to uphold my standards and boundaries, because that's what that most successful version of me would do. Okay. Do you understand? Now, I don't want to hit this over and over and over and over and over again, but what I really want to point out is when negative things are happening to you, that could be you're on your bridge of incidents, but it's just your perception around it. Okay. Look at it this way. Life is happening for you, for your benefit. Like when Neville Goddard would say, it had to happen to you in order for you to move on, in order for you to get closer to your goal, to get closer to your attention. Why isn't it instant? Okay, let's answer this question really fast. The lag period is a couple things. The lag period is going to be your effortless manifestation. We'll talk about that in a second. That's why it connects. Okay. And the lag period is you can't get all caught up into the instant, I need it now, it's not working, I'm doing the 24-hour manifestation technique. Listen, it takes as long as it takes, baby. It takes as long as it takes. Okay. And the reason why I say this is because, listen, this might not be what you want to hear, but you have to be a better version of you. Do you understand? That's what's slowing it down, because you have to be a better version of you, my friends. If you want your dream house, maybe your dream house is $1 million. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's 500,000. I don't know. Okay. But you have to be a better version of you, that person who has your dream house. Okay. Listen, the old you, your current self right now, your current identity, listen, is not going to take you to your dream life. It's not going to take you to your dream house, your dream car, okay, your $250,000 Porsche you want. You understand? It's not going to take you becoming a millionaire, the old version of you, okay? Even though manifestation is instant, your bridge of incidents is instant, it's happening right now, it's taking you closer every single day, that's instant, okay? but your journey is not instant. Now let's talk about effortless manifestation, because it leads right into effortless manifestation. Now, this is why I said in the beginning of the video. If you really want manifestation to be instant, okay, you have to do number 2, the effortless way, the effortless manifestation. Okay, now this is what Neville Goddard really called instant manifestation. He didn't call it instant manifestation, friends. Okay, he called it effortless manifestation, but he blended both of them in there. Okay, this is what's really going to help you out. Now, what is effortless manifestation? I'm going to pinpoint, I'm going to make it sound so simple for you. Listen, nothing takes effort. This should really make you think, friends. Nothing takes effort. Think about it. Okay, just think about it here for a second. When I think about this, when I go back to the bare bones, the bare basics to manifesting, dude, this gives me goosebumps. Okay, nothing takes effort. You don't have to try. You don't have to try harder. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to figure out the how. Nothing takes effort. Everything is in consciousness. Everything is within your imagination. Okay, once you have a thought, okay, your bridge of incident starts happening. Everything starts to become instant. The reason why it's slowing down is because you're getting in your own way, my friends. You're getting in your own way. Like you're the one blocking your manifestations. You're the ones that's blocking the instant. That's the hardcore truth. The reason why instant manifestation isn't working for you is because you're the problem. You're doing it. You're slowing it down because you're not doing effortless manifestation like Neville Goddard talked about, where he said, nothing takes effort. Nothing. Okay? Think about it this way. The reason why it gives me goosebumps, guys, is because like I'm very, very, and my like personality-wise, I'm very, very analytical. I love to do research. I love to figure things out. I love to dig deep, go to the root. That's why I'm really good at teaching manifesting and being a mentor and coach and stuff like that. But at the same time, like as an entrepreneur, is like when you sit down and work, okay, for example, YouTube. Okay, I'm over there being super analytical with videos. I got to do a hook. I got to do a viral title. I got to do a viral thumbnail. I blabber too much in my videos. I talk too much in my videos. I'm always trying harder to try to figure things out. Okay, but what am I doing? I'm not doing effortless manifestation. I'm causing friction. I'm causing force. I'm trying to force things to happen. And listen, when you try to force things to happen, everything repels from you. Do you understand? Okay. Like, listen, nothing takes effort. Nothing. Okay. If you want to manifest $10,000, you set the intention. You don't try to figure it out. You don't do 100 manifesting techniques. You just set the intention, set the want, let the Bridget incidents happen. You move on with your life. I got this by Wallace Wattles in The Science of Getting Rich. And he said that you can't mentally force stuff because what we try to do is manipulate. Okay, we either try to force things physical or we try to mentally force things, or he called it mental coercion. Okay, we try to manipulate, we try to play, we think we can manipulate the universe, manipulate God. We can we can mentally force things. But when you mentally force something to happen, when you mentally try to figure things out, when you're mentally trying to figure out the how, okay, when you're mentally worried, you let worry, doubt, and fear creep in. All that is friction. All that creates force, and it repels everything from you. So if you want manifestation to be instant, at the same time, you have to do effortless manifestation, which is nothing takes effort. What you want takes no effort, okay? So let me give you a bonus here. I'm in a generous mood today, huh? I'm just joking. I want to get you guys results here, okay? listen to this, okay? The reason why nothing takes effort, okay, let's say you want to manifest a cup of coffee. It's good, by the way. It's hot. I'm never going to go back to sleep again. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. But what you have to understand is if you want to manifest a cup of coffee, it usually comes true because you don't care, okay? But the cup of coffee is on the same plane. It's on the same frequency as $1 million. It's the same. But what happens is we give a level of importance to it. Okay, when I'm talking about a cup of coffee, you're like, dude, like, why? I don't even like coffee. Why do I want to manifest a cup of coffee? I don't even like it. Next thing you know, you manifest a cup of coffee because you don't even like it. Okay, you're not even thinking about it. Okay, why aren't you thinking about it? That's effortless manifestation. You're letting it be because you don't care. Okay, then it becomes instant. It comes to you within a few days. You see what I'm saying? But now this is Neville Goddard again. Everything's on the same plane. Okay, your cup of coffee you just manifested, you could have just as easily manifested $1 million. Okay, now this goes back to Neville Goddard's ladder technique. If the ladder technique worked for you, I'll put a video down below for you to check it out if you don't know what I'm talking about. If the ladder technique worked for you, Neville Goddard said, you could have just as easily manifested $1 million. Why? It's on the same plane. The ladder and $1 million, it's the same. We're the ones that put a level of importance to what we want. We put it on a pedestal, okay? And that's what makes it difficult. Do you understand, my friends? Okay. Now, let me give you one more example before we go. I love these little examples I do in my personal life because they're so simple and dumb and funny at the same time. But this is instant. This is how instant manifestation and effortless manifestation works together. Okay, I'm gonna give you simple things. I was talking to Ang. This is probably a few months ago. I was talking to Ang. We were sitting out on the picnic table. We were having a couple beers, and Ang has in her house here up in Surin, she has a couple, like 2 or 3 geckos that's been in, they don't live in her house, but outside. You can hear them from time to time. But like during hot season, you don't hear them so much. Like I thought they died during hot season here in Thailand, up in Surin. And we were sitting out here having a beer, and for some reason, I just started thinking about it. I was kind of thinking about it, worried about it. I was like, what happened to the geckos? Like I haven't heard them chirping for a long time because they're really loud when they chirp. By the way, and she was like, oh no, you know they're still alive. They're just kind of like hibernating because it's really hot. It's not buggy. They come out when the bugs come out. Then I'm just like, oh, okay. I thought nothing of it. I was like, okay. She gave me an answer. I totally forgot about it. And probably, guys, I would want to guess maybe a week later, I got up in like an early morning like this. It was probably like 5:30, 6 a.m. Had to let the dogs out. I opened the door, the front door here, to let the dogs out. Something fell on my foot, and I saw it fall on my foot, and it ran. So I was thinking, what is that? So I turned on the light. I finished opening the door because I didn't want to step on it. But when I looked down, it was a baby gecko. Do you understand? Okay, listen, that's manifestation. But all I did was I talked about it. I set the intention because I was really like, where are they? Ang answered me. I completely let it go. Effortless manifestation. Okay, your manifestation takes no effort at all. And it happened within a week and a half. Okay, I always have little things happen like that, guys. Okay, you guys need to watch my penny technique video. I'll try to put that down below if I remember. If not, research on my channel penny technique, and it will pop up. I don't have time to tell you the story here, but But I want you in your life, as we wrap up this video, okay? Okay, think about these little things that come into your life, okay? Almost instant, okay? Within a few days of you thinking about it, okay? You think about a friend that you haven't talked to for a long, long time, and you think about it for a few minutes, you let it go, then a week and a half later, they contact you out of the blue. We all have these experiences, but this is how manifestation works. But it's just working in a simple way. Do you understand? It's instant and it's effortless, okay? But again, when we're trying to manifest big things, life-altering things, like when I talk about manifestation, tribe, I'm talking about life-altering things that you want, okay? You don't really want to manifest a cup of coffee. You don't really want to manifest a gecko. You understand? You don't really want to manifest a penny or a ladder. You want to manifest things that's going to change your life. Change your life. Change your family's life. Okay? Change everybody's lives around you that's around you continually. That's why I say, you want your dream house, your dream car, you want to be a millionaire. Those are life-altering things. But at the same time, you get in your own way because you're making it so flippin' important. You're putting it on a pedestal. You're making it, how can I get there? What do I need to do? How can I figure this stuff out? Listen, you're violating the effortless manifestation. It's effortless. You put no effort to this stuff, okay? See, that's the challenge. Okay, stop putting so much effort towards stuff, okay? You want something, you want to make it happen, you're just confident you're going to get it, and you let it be, you move on, focus on your life, live life, okay? Have fun. That's the whole point of life, is having fun, enjoying life. Have fun, enjoy life, set intentions. That will help you. That will help you let it be. That will help you detach. Okay. That will help you do effortless manifestation. The more busy you are doing things you like and enjoy, it helps you forget about it. And listen, if you can master forgetting about, I'll be honest with you, if you can really forget about what you really, really want for 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, if you can really forget about it, it would probably come to you. No matter how big it is. If you can really just forget about it, get it out of your mind, stop thinking about it. Stop trying to mental coerce things, mental control things secretly. Okay, if you really stop doing that, it would probably come to you within a few weeks. But other than that, tribe, this video is way longer. I really want to try to keep it at 15 minutes. I'll see how editing goes. See if I pull something out. But anyway, just want to give you those nuggets. And what do I want to say here before we wrap it up? If you have questions on this, comment below. I'll help you out as much as possible. If you want to be part of the tribe, the best tribe on planet YouTube, baby, the links are in the description. If you want to reach out to me, you want to work with me, the links are also in the description. But other than that, tribe, remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.